Hello, hello, everyone. How are you today? What is this? This happy day in December. We are going to go ahead and turn on chat. This happy day in December. Oh my gosh. We are what? 20, no, four, how many days are we from Christmas? It's not very many. It's like 23 days from Christmas now, or 24 days from Christmas. Oh my gosh, the year is going by so fast. Going to wait for a few more people to jump on and join us today. When you do, go ahead and put your name in the chat so that we can say hello to you and speak to you. That's if you're on Facebook. If you're in chat on uh, YouTube, just put your information in there. Message me. I would definitely connect with you or jump on Facebook and we'll talk. I am Dawn Marie Alexander Borsico, your Uncommon Voice Coach and Consulting, and the host of the Process 319 Unleashed with yours truly, Dawn Marie, a faith-based podcast where we just journey to God in the high places. So I hope everybody's doing well. Hello, Janine. Janine Rivers, how are you doing today? If you guys haven't checked out her Illuminating Dreams, put your page in the message, Janine. You really want to check out her page. She does really good information on suicide prevention and really other content that's really going to increase you and encourage you to just do more and to do better. So go ahead and put that in there, Janine. And for all those who are watching, go ahead and check out her page there and on YouTube. So that'd be great. So we're going to go ahead and jump in. We're going to talk about today, if you've seen the title, The Pleasure Principle. Ooh, what's that? Does that sounds deep, doesn't it? Sounds interesting. And it has nothing to do with sex or anything like that, but it's definitely a psychological principle that we're going to talk about today. And if you were with us last week, we also talked about motivation and that motivation and what it allows you to do and where does it come from and being related. And we've been talking about being a leader, but we've also, more than anything, been talking about ending the fourth quarter of 2021 well, ending it extremely well, and in beginning 2022 with a bang. And we can't do that without looking at ourselves, digging deep into who we are and addressing those stops. And many people think that it's always just mindset. Well, where does mindset come from? We call it a limiting belief, but are we really getting to the root of what that mindset is? It is not enough. I'm going to name it and claim it, whether you're in church or not in church, or I'm going to will it to happen with the secret. All of that is nice, but it's surface. We have to dig deep. We have to get down to what and why. And so when we talked about motivation and the three components of self-determination theory that causes for people to be motivated, we talked about competence, relatedness, and autonomy. People don't want to be told what to do. They just don't. I mean, even those that want that structure, do they want the freedom to say, yes, I want the structure? No, I don't want the structure. They want the freedom to do what they want, when they want, the way that they want. And that's just how we are wired as humans. We all have that place. We all also want to feel comfortable in the environment that we're in. But sometimes the reason that we don't feel comfortable or that we don't feel relatable or that we're not operating in autonomy is because of pleasure principle. So we're going to talk about that today. And overall, the definition, the psychological definition, the Merriam-Webster definition of it is very simple. And I'm going to read it and so that there's no confusion on what it is. It is a tendency for individuals' behavior to be directed towards immediate satisfaction of instinctual drives and immediate relief from pain or discomfort. Say it again. Tendency for individual behavior to be directed towards immediate satisfaction of instinctual drives and immediate relief from pain or discomfort. So, putting it in a practical way, when you grab a tub of ice cream, when you stay in your bed and don't get up and do what you need to do because of an emotional thing that hit you, or because somebody hurt your feelings, or because you need to feel good, or maybe we all need to feel a win. But we're going back to something that satisfies that itch. Something that satisfies that itch. So what we're doing is we refuse to do what we need to do. We refuse to change. We don't want to. Well, maybe, I feel uncomfortable in that group of people, so I'm not going to go. Why? So you're choosing not to go because that is the most comfortable thing for you to do. Rather than come out of your shell and take the chance of being uncomfortable, to take a chance of being vulnerable, to take the chance, you'd rather do what you normally do. You know what? It'll be okay. Don't judge me. And then we do this. Don't judge me. Or we do this. They just accept me the way that I am. I'm fine. Just accept me the way that I am. I can be unhealthily overweight or unhealthily underweight, but just know what? You can't judge me. Or we want people to validate who we are because we're not willing to make the change, because we're not willing to dig deep, because it's too uncomfortable. It's scary. I don't know if you're going to hurt me. I don't know if I'm going to get rejected. I don't know if I'm going to make enough money. There's a myriad of unknowns that prevent us to say, you know what? I'm good. I'm good. This pleasure right here, even though it's wrong, even though I'm addicted, even though I'm in a bad relationship, even though I know that I shouldn't spend money, even though I know I shouldn't do it, and I know the hurt and the pain that's coming from it, it's still easier for me to stay in the muck of what I know than to step out into something different, than to step out into something completely different. People don't want to do it. It's scary. And sometimes what happens is because our mess or our muck doesn't look as bad as somebody else's, then we can judge it and say, well, darling, that's not me. I'm not like that. But you still have an issue. There's still things, there's still circumstances, there's still behaviors that you're doing that we all do that are detrimental. Not saving money. You should save money, but you don't save the money. You don't have a budget. And if it's not written down, it is not a budget. It's an idea in your head that you're trying to go with. But the pleasure principle, again, it's an immediate satisfaction. You know what? I know I probably shouldn't go through the drive-through right now. I should just go home and cook. I know I don't have a lot of money. And then before you know it, your checking account is overdrawn. You do the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. But because you know that, well, you know what? I'll just borrow the money. I'll just borrow the money to cover the overdraft. We keep doing these behaviors because we've put that lipstick on that pig before. And we put that lipstick on that pig again. And we've gotten comfortable in that. And yet we're not dealing with it. We do it through avoidance, through procrastination, through avoiding, because we would rather be in that comfortable place. And it happens even in every area, in racial issues. Well, I don't feel comfortable there, so I'm not going to extend myself. Well, they don't like me or they don't this, so I'm not going to go. On all sides of the fence. Well, I know I should probably lose weight, but I'm not going to because, I'm not going to put myself through and then we'll make excuses. Well, somebody, instead of taking the time and saying, you know what, I have to come out of my comfort zone. The behaviors that I'm doing are not indicative. How about this? What we talked about the last few weeks. My behaviors are not in alignment with who I say I am. If I say I am, fill in the blank for yourself, but then how do your behaviors demonstrate that? How do your behaviors in how you look and how you present yourself. How does it demonstrate that? If your behaviors and your presentation to the world do not align with who you say you are, you cannot get upset if somebody misjudges you, because they're look. The rule hasn't changed even in 2021. You got 10 seconds, boo. You have 10 seconds to make an impression with just somebody looking at you. And we get it wrong. We're human. We're fallible. We're not judging you and saying you're a wrong person or a bad person. No, it's not that. But I need to first know. Looking at you is going to tell me what I should do. And if I'm confused, I might have to have go in with a little caution. It's not an indictment, but we have to be willing to own who we are. But instead of owning who we are and what we want to do and how we want to do it and how we think and how we spend, knowing that it is a detriment, what we then do is stay stuck in that place of the known pleasure, even if that pleasure is detrimental to our future. We would rather stay in those current behaviors than move out and go into our new behaviors. And that's where it takes time. And that's why you need a coach. So I'm here, because you need someone who's going to keep you accountable, that you can talk through it with, because it's easy to say, I'm just going to go, you guys know me, my thing was nerds. I love nerds. So when I need to feel good, guess what I'm going to grab? I'm going to grab a box of nerds, okay? But that's not good, because now I'm allowing something else to fill that void. I'm allowing something else to come in and feel that pleasure in me. What are we doing that's healthy? What are we doing that's not healthy? That's causing us to stay stuck. Why is this important? Because we're getting ready to go into 2022, and we do not want to take in old behaviors, old attitudes, old mindsets, old way of doing things that are getting in the way, and then turn around and want people just to accept us for us, accept all of whatever, because we are not willing to begin to align our behaviors with who we say we are. You have to present it. You have to look like it. The old way of faking it till you make it is very different than it is now. It was put yourself out there, be confident in who you say you are, begin to act like it. If you can't afford the best suit, get what you can and be who you say you be. Nowadays, we're putting it on credit cards, putting ourselves in debt, and putting lipstick on pigs, which is not what that was intended to do. So in this place of a pleasure principle, I'm asking you, where are you staying in a place that is detrimental to your fill in the blank, your money, your family, your relationships, your success, your who you say you are? You're a business person, but you don't get out of bed on time. You're a business person. Hey, I'm guilty. I'm working. I run into places now because I'm determined to get there on time. Why am I not? Why am I misjudging time? What am I doing? What am I putting in place? So I'm walking through this journey with you, ladies and gentlemen. This is not just me just giving you the end all and be all. No, I'm walking through these things, and I know that it's not easy. And we talked about it before when we talked about behaviors and identity also, that it talks about it in Atomic Habits. I recommend that book. Why? Make it difficult. Give yourself a budget. Do it in cash. And nope, we're not buying a peppermint ice cream today. Nope, we're going to lay off the bubblegum ice cream. Or you know what? I'm going to reward myself. Put an accountability partner in. Or make it difficult for you to get. Don't keep it in the house. Don't keep it. What do you need to do to shift out of that place? I'm doing this for pleasure. It's hurting me. I'm not going to bed early. I'm rushing. My favorite is I work better under pressure. Why? Because it's comfortable to do what I want to do. It's comfortable to go, I'll do it later. I'll plan it later. I'll schedule it later. It's easy to do that because we know our giftings, our abilities will get us to the next point. But we're trying to go somewhere higher. We're trying to do better. We're trying to achieve more. than we've achieved before. And the only way that we're going to get that done is to deal with those places, those behaviors that are detrimental to our aligning to who we have been called to be, to what we're supposed to do, that's causing us to need and require validation from any and everything outside of who we are because we're not aligning, making excuses, not functioning in our competence, needing an overabundance of external motivation to get you to go where you need to, because we're not willing to deal with that place of that pleasure principle that is causing us to stay in a place that is not healthy. Not healthy for our finances, for our relationships, not healthy for anything. We're staying in that place and we're not moving forward. So I hope this helped you. It may have been a little harder than what maybe I'm used to coming, but we're going into 2022 and we are going in with a bang. We're coming out with a bang. We're going to do it. Here at an Uncommon Voice Coaching and Consulting, I don't bring it like the traditional people may. I want to encourage you. We're going to get down to the nitty gritty. We're going to speak the truth in love, but we're going to deal with the root. No more of this surface coaching. Let's just put a Band-Aid on it and send you out the door and give you 2 points to a new life. And you 6 months in, you still in the old life because you've not dealt with your current situation because you want things to be comfortable. And that's where we are in a society today. We want things to be comfortable. Make it easy. Show me how to make $1 million in 6 months without doing this. I mean, really? Have we learned nothing with critical thinking? Well, why do we go for that? Because we want to be comfortable. I want my behaviors not to change. I don't want to have to be uncomfortable. I want to stay here. I don't want to come out of my comfort zone. That is not going to get us where we need to be. It is not. We want to be truly authentic. We want to be our best selves. And the only way to deal with that is to deal with who we are, deal with those false comforts, and move on. So, hey, I'm looking forward to seeing you guys next week. I have some surprises, so stay tuned to the channel. I'm going to be adding on something coming very quickly. And I might not do a lot of announcing. You might just see it show up. And so I definitely want you guys to join me on that. If you want coaching, need coaching, PM me. Let's get some time on the calendar scheduled so that we can begin to help you, or I can begin to help you move into 2022, accomplishing the goals that you desire to accomplish. We're going to deal with the current, we're going to move past it, and we're going to make it happen. So I hope everybody has a great day. I am so looking forward to speaking with you. Again, this is your host, Dawn Marie Alexander Borsico, aka your Uncommon Voice Coach and Consultant, and the host of the Process 319 Unleashed with Dawn Marie. Hey, if you found this beneficial, share it with a friend, and I'll see you next week. Love you guys. Bye-bye.